Good morning and happy Monday. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend, and for the couple of you that are living for these daily, I should have done a disclaimer that, hey, if there's ever a reason that Facebook Live doesn't work, then I will record a video on my phone and then post it. So you have one every day in August as I committed. So today you're gonna get an overload. Good morning, Dottie. I'm gonna wave to you, hi. I promised I would do this live because if I try to record a video and then upload it, it sucks. I hate the way I talk. I hate the way I sound. Hi, babe. I love it. And quite honestly, if one of you joins, like for some reason, you're in a headspace this morning where you saw that I was gonna be on here and you thought it might help you in some way, then you and me are the ones that are supposed to be here. So I'm so happy about that today. When we last kicked off, the last live was Friday. And then when I tried to do it on Saturday and Sunday, for some reason it said video starting and then it just didn't start. So it's working. It's working now, and that means you're gonna get 3 of these for me today to catch up. Oh yeah, it's Beast Mode Monday. Do you need to get in Beast Mode today? Here, let me send you some of that energy because I am full of it today for a lot of reasons. But let's go back just a little, by means to catch you up. The last live video we did, I mentioned that for the next 4, we were going to talk about the content real briefly. These are real brief. These are not meant. Good morning, Eric. What's up, man? 108 challenge in the house. I mentioned that at the beginning of this year, before the virus, I had written all this, what I thought was going to be incredible content for all my clients. And if you don't know, they're from a range of industries. So I work with the military, I work with hospitality, I work with dental practices, I have some car dealerships that I work with, from a distance, just on a consulting basis, kind of coaching thing. But anyway, the point is that I always want whatever I'm sharing to be relevant to you, no matter what it is that you do for a living. And so when I wrote the content for 2020, I had in my mind what a year this was going to be. And I'm turning 50. Well, at the time I already hit it. Thank you, half a century. So March 12th, I turned 50. The virus obviously hit all of us in March, the same exact time. And so, but going into this year, because I was turning 50, I knew this was just going to be pivotal. Can't talk yet. I haven't finished a whole cup of coffee yet. But I thought it was going to be pivotal because for me, it was about my second half. It was kind of like, for me, it was like a basketball game, football. I grew up, obviously, in North Carolina, huge college basketball fan. So, you play this first half, you think you know your opponents, especially when it's life, it's a rather big opponent. Yes, would you agree? Come on, make me feel better about myself, because, man, circumstances, life choices, just the journey I feel like we start out on doesn't maybe necessarily, well, at least in my case, it didn't really go as planned. I don't know. If you'd asked me, what my life would look like over the last 20, 30 years, there's some things that are perfect and absolutely happened the way that I really hoped that they would. But there are other things that just took turns I didn't expect. But point being is I've done the first half. Now I turn 50 and I want to make some serious halftime adjustments, because I fully intended to get on the field this year, get on the court this year, and come stronger than ever. Maybe you did too. I'd love to hear your story. Anyway, that was the premise behind the training that I wrote for this year to share with my teams, and it was called Epic. This 2020 was to be an epic year, and I had no idea just how epic it would be or what it would mean for all of us. But with that context now, I want to share with you, last video on Friday was about the E. EPIC is an acronym for me because I like acronyms, I can remember them. The E was for extraordinary, and it was about embracing your extraordinary. You are remarkable. You have gifts that are unique to you. Only you have them. You know this. You hear this from a million different sources, but I am serious about this. You truly are. And even if you're feeling downtrodden, beat down, maybe you're like I was, like you're kind of that lobster that was growing and kind of outgrew the shell, and you had to go under the rock and crack it and become exposed and figure yourself out over this last 6 months. That's kind of what I did. I had to make a lot of adjustments. With everything I do. What would no traveling mean for me? Someone who makes their living everywhere else but where I live. So anyway, pivots are important. So, but the E was about extraordinary. Don't be afraid to be great today, and bring your game for real. The P, which I want to talk to you first as the first of 3 live videos that you'll get today to catch up from the weekend tech issues, was the P stands for purpose. So embrace your extraordinary, then you got to get real clarity about purpose. I want you to live your life on purpose with purpose. Does that make sense? And many of you, have you read, probably, years back, when did The Purpose-Driven Life come out? Did you read that book? I have them all. I'm a learner, so I'm always studying. Oh, I love you, Michelle. You're extraordinary too. I read that book, and that largely, in that mind space, when The Purpose-Driven Life came out, I was kind of exploring my faith. And I think I was trying to deepen my spiritual relationship. So it didn't become as actionable for me at that time as maybe some resources later did. But so what I've learned is there's so many things that will, so many resources out there and tools that'll help you find your purpose. And I think it's, there's not one that's perfect. There's not one that's the right thing for you. I literally explored them all and found one that really hit and helped me bring action. It was just an actionable process. I've done 1 million team buildings of creating mission statements. Y'all familiar with that? Whether it's a personal mission statement or a team or a business trying to create a new mission statement, or refresh one maybe that's old. I've done that a ton. But I was having clarity, I think, really getting my feet on solid ground with where am I supposed to show up in the world and really come with strength. So Simon Sinek has been that coach for me over the last 5 years. He is just a beast. He's a beast in this space, but I like things really simplified, and then I want to be able to understand them and then do something with them right away. And so if you've read his book, Start With Why, it's a great book. If you like to read, get the audio tape. He has so many resources, YouTube videos, amazing TED Talks. But here's the principle that helped me find my purpose. And again, I can't do this justice in the few minutes that I'm doing these lives. Just know that if you have questions, put them in the comments right now, and I'll respond to you real time. Or if you're watching this and it's recorded, just shoot me a PM or something. Or if you got my number, just text me, and we can work on it together. However, so see this sexy tool here, white notepad. I don't travel without them. But what he talks about is this idea of these 3 kind of concentric circles. Can you see that? I'm not sure if you can or not. But the center one is why, your why. The second one, actually, I should have started outside in. Please don't anybody send this to Simon. He'll say, God, that girl butchered my brilliance. But anyway, the inside circle is why, the middle circle is how, and then the outside is what. Actually, you know what? I don't even like that. Let's scratch that. Let's do that again. Yep, stay with me. Why in the middle. Write how down here. Because really, the what should be way under the why. All right, this is like our bullseye here. Here, his point is that people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do. They buy why you do it. Your ability to influence people has less to do with what you do and even how you do what you do. There's this in the middle, this purpose. This is the why I'm talking about. When I talk about purpose, I am talking about what Simon Sinek talks about when he says start with why. When I started with Marriott Hotels in 1992, we did a little team building kind of orientation thing. Okay, stop it with the perfectionist. Michelle, you're a trip. Hey, good morning, David, and good morning, Sheldon. Here, hold on, I got to wave at you. I think these things are so cute. Makes me feel like you're right here with me. Hey, guys. So anyway, this was, again, a resource that helped me really get clarity on my purpose. But in 1992 is when I really wrote down for the first time what my mission in life was and what my purpose was. And this might sound kind of dark, but Marriott made us write what we wanted on our tombstone. Have your company ever made you do that? I probably would stay away from that these days. It's a little heavy, and I thought it was heavy too at 22 years old. But they really wanted you to hone in on what do you want to be remembered for. And so I remember writing that. And when I first read Start With Why and started paying attention to what Simon was saying, that's what clicked for me. So I went back to my old handbook. Yes, I still have it. And what I wrote down as my mission, or what I wanted on my tombstone, was that she contributed positively to the lives of other people. You know what? That's my why. That's my purpose. It was then. It's now 28 years later. How good gosh, it's unbelievable that I'm 50. But anyway, it's taken me till I'm 50 to be able to easily answer Simon's questions. Why do you do what you do? And I don't mean just at work. I mean in general. The cool thing is when you can align your why to your business's why. That's another dissertation we got to talk about. I try to keep these little videos short, but if you need help with purpose, my purpose is to contribute positively to the lives of other people. Now, how do I do that? Your how is your competitive advantage. That's really, how am I going to do that? I try to live within my core values, and finding out and figuring out and getting clarity around what your core values are will help you figure out how to put words on how you do what you do. My core values are authenticity, love, and faith, period. I want to be authentic. I want to operate in love, not fear, faith, not fear. And I want to do everything with love. So that's how I do what I do. What do I do? I coach people, teams, I speak, I facilitate, I mediate. I do a whole lot of things. These are really tactical. This is what I do. But who cares? A lot of people do those things, right? A lot of people train, a lot of people coach, a lot of people consult. My gosh, now that people have had to go home and work from home, there are a lot of experts talking about, hey, do it this way and you'll win. I don't know what the right way is for you. I just want to tell you the process and the options or resources that are out there to help you figure out yours. Because once you do, man, it becomes the litmus test every day, every hour. If you're in a situation where you have to make a choice on what you're going to do, think about your core values and what your purpose in life is, and that gives you a pretty easy answer. And again, remember, I like to simplify things. If you just focus on what you do, you're just going to leave joy on the table. You're going to leave money on the table. If you are operating in alignment with your purpose, and hear me on this. Are you ready? You got a pen? Write this down. Other people, circumstances, life will distract you from your purpose. And I want to make sure you hear me when I say I am not perfect. There have been many days in the first half century that I've lived that I have not operated within my core values, and things distracted me, and I made choices that just were out of alignment, right? Like, it happens. We're human. That's not the point. The point isn't to be perfect. The point isn't to be able to say, hey, here's what I do. I coach people in teams, and I hope that I'm strengthening purpose-driven teams. I do this with authenticity, love, and faith, and my hope is that I'm contributing positively to the lives of other people. But that, again, people say that maybe that's your 5-minute elevator speech or whatever. You can nail that, and then I could make a choice to flip somebody off if they run me off the road today. I hope I don't, but just recognize that your brain and your humanity, just the way we're wired as human beings, emotions, feelings, other people's choices, our own choices that we then feel ashamed of or feel guilty about. I mean, all that stuff is in here. I'm just saying, if you get real clarity on what your target is, if you get off, it can pull you right back. It just can redirect you and get you back to living a life that I feel like is on purpose and with your purpose, not someone else's, but with what yours is. So I'll get off my soapbox right now because I want you to get on with your day, but I'm going to go live 2 more times today to make up for the tech breakdowns that happened over the weekend. Then we'll get into the next letter of EPIC. So E, extraordinary. You are it already. Let's figure out how to bring that forward. Know your strengths, know yourself. Let's figure out what your unique gifting is. And then P, we got to operate. You got to get clarity around your purpose. So next live today, we'll talk about what the I stands for. And I can't wait to see you then. Thank you all. Kaylee, love you. Damon, good morning. Jeff, love you. Good to see you. Y'all send me a message. If you have thoughts, things to add, join the conversation. Man, there are a lot of people struggling with what their purpose in life is right now. So I felt like I needed your time on this, on the P today, but we'll keep going. Look forward to seeing you every day in August. Take care, y'all. Have a great Monday.